I alone have information that reveals this weapon's only weakness. And you, my friend, are responsible for delaying my rendezvous with Star Command. You are a toy!
Hi. We are now in the month of September. And it's already a shithole! It's pissing down in the UK 24/7. People have started going back to school. And 2K26 finally came out. Okay, the last one's cap. I'm not gonna lie, I like 2K this year. But the point is, it's been a very weird month so far. Okay, the last one's cap. I'm not gonna lie, I like 2K this year. But the point is, it's been a very weird month so far. Literally, as soon as it turned the first of the month, this country did a whole upside down switch up and went from happy days to the most completely depressing I've ever seen it. And I know it's affecting some of you, man. So what a better way to—
What? How is this like depressive? Yeah, no, actually, country core kitchen, bro. It was core. No, you know, no, I'm not even gonna say that, bro. Like, everybody wanna like, everybody wanna get canceled. Everybody wanna like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. GG's.
To uplift those who are having a bad day, to some of you who are struggling mentally, can't find yourselves, or to those of you having some existential crises right now and you don't feel like yourselves, well, I may have the solution to this. Something to make you feel better, something to uplift your spirits, something to make you the most happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
What is that, bro? What is that? Is it? Yeah, no.
Make you forget any bad thing has ever happened to you. Reasonable Crashout 4! It's been a month since the last time we have spoken about some of these individuals. Therefore, it is time for us to come back to the idea and talk about some more Crashouts. People who weren't wrong for what they did. Guys and girls we can sympathize with, humanize with, and understand why they did what they did. I've got some more people lined up for this video to add to the league. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it, man. Starting with one of the greatest anti-heroes to grace the earth. One of the coldest people to ever come out of
Deadpool.
DC. And low-key, probably the best person in the Bat family. The man I am talking about is none other than Jason Todd, aka the Red Hood. And I'm gonna keep it real here. Jason Todd is my guy. He's so cool, man. I mean, look at him. He's a dope mother. And me and him go way back too. He used to have me pulling up to bad guys and light them up like Tommy did to Ponto from Power. It's crazy. But seriously, Jason Todd had a hard life. It wasn't easy for him to go from being boy wonder to murking criminals every Friday. Like, that had to be a hard transition. It's mad. Now, for those of you that are confused and don't know who the hell this man is, then let me go over his origin, why he became like this and decided to murk criminals. Help you understand why this is his way of dealing with bad guys, and low-key just break it down to you, man, cause it just makes sense. Especially in a shithole like Gotham, it's a no-brainer. So we first see Jason as Robin getting his ass whipped differently by the Joker, maliciously beating the life out of this man with a crowbar. And to the Joker, he thinks it's an awesome game. He's hitting combos on him, talking about forehand and backhand like this is tennis. The guy is too much of a rage baiter, I swear. So while the Joker is beating the life out of Jason, Batman makes his way to the warehouse he's keeping him in, only for him to be too late as the warehouse was rigged to explode with explosives the Joker planted. And then a few seconds later, Jason was dead. And this is messed up, man. He died at 15, bro. The Joker killed a 15-year-old kid, man. He's a sicko. Get this guy out of here. So then a 5-year time skip happens and some of Gotham's biggest drug dealers meet up to discuss some business. And all of these men were mad confused because none of these men set up the meeting. And while their stupid asses are trying to figure out who the hell set up the meeting, that's when the Red Hood finally—
Yo, why would you pull up to... Nigga, what? Why would you pull up then? At this point, why would you pull up? If nobody knows, then... If nobody... Yo, what are we gonna discuss about? Freaking leave, bro. Like, yo, I'm leaving on the spot if you guys don't know what to talk about, bro.
appears out of the shadows. And at first, none of these men were taking him seriously.
What the fuck is happening? Why is he looking down, nigga? Yo, can we draw a line right there? Oh, he's looking at the stomach. He's looking at the stomach. Alright, okay, lock in. Yo, I'm not even gonna pose on this. Yeah. Yo, it's like the group chat like meeting up or something, and like we literally have nothing to talk about. So I literally like that's the.
Bust out an entire AK out of his pockets and just started shooting straight up. Didn't even take him 5 seconds to pull it out. Pause. He was in there spraying. Then the Hood starts speaking to the gang members, saying he's gonna take 40% off their businesses and they can't sell to kids, otherwise he's gonna kill them. Then one of the leaders doesn't believe him on his threat, saying he's chatting a bunch of shit. So Jason does what any other proper businessman with a proper nice etiquette in a really professional and kind manner does. He dashes him a bag full of his lieutenant's heads. And look at these man's faces, they don't believe it. And they're all acting like they've never seen dead bodies before. Bitch, you live in Gotham. You've seen hundreds of them already. Why are you looking like that? And your gang leaders as well. You probably have kill counts in the hundreds. Take that short look off your face, you're chatting shit. So later on, Batman and Nightwing are boxing in a maze and defeat it. Then they question some robbers who were trying to rob the ship floor. And one of the robbers decided to say the name of the person who even wanted them to do the job for them, which was the Red Hood. And in less than 5 seconds, as soon as the man said the hood, the 3 robbers get quick scoped and sniped differently, packing them all off. Then Batman tracks who dealt those bullets and chases him down, only to be led to the exact place where the Joker became the Joker. And we gonna come back to talking about this later because I have a whole problem with this shit. But right after Batman has his little flashback, we see the Red Hood just standing there with a strap. And he shoots the car he crashed into a vat of explosive waste, and then the whole facility explodes and he gets away. So then Batman starts to get into his detective bag, tries to figure out who the Red Hood is, with their investigation eventually leading to go pay the Joker a visit, since the Red Hood persona started with him. But when him and Nightwing go to interrogate the Joker and ask him some questions, of course the Joker wasn't taking any of this shit seriously. He was treating it like a game. He was talking about nothing relevant to what they needed, and he even brought up him murking Jason. What a dickhead, fam. So Batman gets heated and starts beating the shit out of Joker, choking the life out of him. And guess what? He let go of him. Oh, come on, man, the opportunity is right there. This guy's evil. So a couple of minutes after this, both Batman and Red Hood overhear that Black Mask has a shipment of guns coming in. So when that whole shenanigan was about to go down, Red Hood appears, and then he jacks Black Mask's helicopter. But Batman and Nightwing were there to stop him. So they shoot some sort of EMP grappler at the helicopter, and then the Red Hood is just like, I bet.
If you care about your health or the health of the environment, you need to know that not all meat is created equal. In fact,
I'ma crash this shit! So Red Hood dashes the helicopter off the side of the building and tries to crash it to escape, only for Batman and Nightwing to eventually stop the helicopter and chase after him. And after all of this dramatic high-speed chasing, jumping from building to get the guy, they don't get him. And then Batman finally realizes he did the maths, he ran the tests, he figured it out after seeing the Red Hood do certain things only a trained few could do, and he found out the information he needed to find out the identity of this crook, this criminal. And it's Pickle Rick! So Batman finally put 2 and 2 together and figured out Jason is the Red Hood. And look at him, man, he can't believe it. And then he starts getting flashbacks of Jason, and look how happy they were. Beating up criminals and saving the day like 2 heroes. They were amazing. It's like, where did it all go wrong, man? Where did it go wrong? But then Black Mask is getting pressed.
When did it all go wrong? It's like he came late to when I got freaking blown up, bro.
Because the Red Hood is messing with his business. So he sends people from his organization to track down and murk the gang leaders the Red Hood is working with to draw him out. And then as soon as he shows his face, 4 highly trained tech assassins just pull out of nowhere to jump the guy. And I'm gonna put my hands up here. For a 1v4, he was backing himself here. He was smoking up. But then he still got his ass beat. And as soon as he was about to get packed off, Batman comes in and now it's a 2v4. And these men smoked up. Giving this work to the assassins, they were beating the shit out of them. So at the end, when Batman and Red Hood are done with 3 of the assassins, one of them shoots a laser straight at Batman, and then Red Hood moves in front of him, taking the hit from him. Then the same guy tried to hold him in a hostage situation, so the Hood just bites out a taser, uses it on him where his laser is, and it full on kills him. Batman couldn't believe this shit. He picked this guy up right in front of him. Then he starts talking to him, saying he can help him out, fix him. And then Red
Fix me? Are you trying to talk no jutsu me, nigga? Nigga, I'm already dead.
Hood just adds him and disappears. And as the movie goes on, a bunch of shenanigans goes down. Red Hood tries to kill Black Mask. Batman looks more into Jason's death and eventually meets up with Ra's al Ghul to speak about it. And then Black Mask breaks the Joker out of jail and recruits him. For him to snake him, kidnap a bunch of people including him and his assistant, and pour a bunch of gasoline on them to try and burn them alive. But that's on Black Mask. Why would you trust the Joker? This guy's an idiot. Then the Hood shows up, and this is where we hear one of the most genius setups ever done. See, Red Hood the whole time throughout the entire movie wanted to get Black Mask so desperate it would cut a deal with the Joker freeing him from Arkham, which means all the bullshit from working with the top crime bosses to stealing and messing with Black Mask shipments, even trying to kill him, was all a setup so Red Hood could get to the Joker. And it was genius. 10 out of 10 performance. He played them, man. He played them. So now the Red Hood finally has the Joker, and he then asked Batman to meet him in Crab Alley. And you already know from this, it's about to go down. Batman and Red Hood face off without their masks, and we can finally see Jason. These men still go on to keep boxing and eventually break back into the same room where the Joker is. And then we get one of the most serious yet understandable conversations in superhero history. Jason then goes on to say he forgives Batman for not saving him, but doesn't understand why he let the Joker live, and he doesn't care about anybody else. He just didn't get why the clown was still alive. And this is where it started making sense. I would agree and say Jason was tweaking with how he was going about getting to the Joker. Maybe it could have been handled in a different way. But the fact that it was all a plan to get at the worst person in Gotham City, I stand by it. The Joker should not be breathing. It's like the longer he's alive, the more people die. And if we're honest here, that's on Batman. Batman. You let loose like the fat ass penguin, a big wrestler, a crocodile man, a flower lady, and a flipping clown into some shit prison. And then as soon as they come out, they murk people. Then instead of dealing with the problem, you send them back to jail again. What are you doing, bro? End them. The Joker out of every...
I'm not gonna lie, bro. 1 time, good, that's cool. 2 times, shame on me, I guess. 3rd time, shame on you, brother. What do you mean, nigga? What do you mean? This thing is getting out of prison every single time, bruh. Like, maximum security, solitary confinement? No, nigga, like, just regular diggly prison, bro.
Criminal in Gotham shouldn't even be there no more. He should have been packed. Batman's villains are actual sickos. Half of these men are a bunch of mob bosses who pull a bunch of murders, sell drugs, and do a bunch of shady shit time and time again. And logically, taking them out would be more beneficial for the safety of everyone, rather than letting them live for your peace of mind. Gotham is already some giant crime-ridden city anyway, but the Joker makes it 10 times worse. And he has no motive, he's just a hater, he does this shit for fun. Jason only wanted the Joker gone. The whole crap he pulled in the movie was to get at him. And when he finally had them and asked Batman why he couldn't do it, Batman started speaking, saying it would make me just as bad as him. Bitch, no it wouldn't, not even close. The Joker is a maniac, he's pure evil. And there's no reasoning with him too, he'll still go back to kill him. And Batman, you beat the shit out of people anyway, why not just finish the job? Look at it this way, preventing some of these men from walking tomorrow means that Gotham will have brighter and happier days in the future. The place is already cooked. Leaving the Joker alive is more of a crime than ending him, let's be honest here. Jason just wanted to understand why Batman would keep one of Gotham's most notorious crime bosses who consistently every year goes back to back in an all-time killer record still live. And him bugging over the fact that Batman wouldn't kill him, or even calling him out on how he didn't want to kill the Joker at all, is facts. I stand with him on this. Because it's not even about it going against his morals and how Batman thinks he would stoop down to being just as bad as Joker if he took him out, but it's more so about how the Joker will always kill again. There's no change in that. Leaving somebody like this to go and live almost freely, because let's be honest here, every person breaks out of Arkham eventually. That place is shit, man. And the Joker will just go straight back to killing more and more people. So by letting this guy see the light of day again, Batman's indirectly caused so much death, it's mad. And this guy definitely has one of the biggest passes out of all superheroes to kill this guy. 1,000,000%, bro, end this man. And in conclusion, shoot him, bro. Now on to our second candidate for this video. We have one of the most infamous, legendary Transformers of all time. The leader of the Decepticons, D16, also known as Megatron.
We, the Beat People of Winn-Dixie, are united to make more perfect.
So previously in Reasonable Crashouts 2, I did talk about Optimus Prime, saying he was valid because every Decepticon will also come for his people and they ended his life. So him getting onto the Decepticons and killing them made sense. However, D16? He's got a whole different story, man, it's crazy. So let me break it down to you. So long before the war on Cybertron, Megatron, previously known as D16, and Optimus Prime, previously known as Orion Pax, used to be miners who mined Energon for Iacon, which is the city they used to live in before Cybertron got destroyed. And way back before D16 even became Megatron, this guy was the biggest fanboy. He loved the Primes. He idolized them. They were his heroes. All the civilians and people of Iacon would look up to their glorious leader, Sentinel Prime, who they thought was helping their society by looking for the matrix of leadership, which would help restore the energy back to Iacon since it started becoming unstable and they had way less of it. And D16 loved the Primes. He was so enthusiastic anytime he would start speaking about them, especially Megatronus. He messed with him heavy. Until he found out the truth about Iacon. Sentinel was the biggest snake. He lured the other Primes into a trap which got them annihilated by the Quintessons because he wanted to steal the Matrix of leadership for himself. Only instead of actually getting the Matrix, it disintegrated in his hands. So this man pulled all of those strings, even murdered some of the Primes himself, and didn't even get what he wanted. You suck! But no, my friends, this isn't even the worst bit about anything Sentinel has done. See, in Iacon, there's 2 different types of Transformers. People with cogs who can actually transform into vehicles, and people who were born cogless and can't change. But the crazy thing about this is that every single Transformer was born with a transformation cog. Sentinel just took some of theirs so they would know their place.
It's like taking a man's 6-foot meat and just telling him that he doesn't have a 6-foot meat. Not 6 foot. 6 foot is like low-key kind of small. Like it's like taking a man's 11-foot meat. Like it's a wine bottle and everything. Like yo, everybody's talking about it's a wine bottle, but you never knew because they took it away because some guy wanted to get some fake artifact, bro. Crazy, man. You can't even like joke on me with two. Okay, never mind.
Do you know how messed up that is? He practically took the freedom away from people just so they would be stuck at the bottom of the barrel. The Transformers with cogs were low-key racist. They did not rate the cogless ones at all. This shit was mad. And it was all cause Sentinel caused this and took their cogs before they even came online. The man created a hierarchy just so he could put some people at the top, so they could think mining Energon was their entire purpose, which he was all passing to the Quintessons anyway when his people needed it. He's horrible, man! And when D16 heard all of this crap, all of this bullshit Sentinel did to him and his people, he went from being a happy and jolly guy who just followed the rules, didn't want to get in trouble, wanted to stay being a miner and keep on having faith in Sentinel Prime, to an absolute demon. D16 was pissed. He didn't care about nothing else besides getting back at Sentinel. And I hear it. Imagine it like this. Imagine one of the biggest core things that makes you special gets ripped out your chest, literally. And then from childhood, you were forced to be a slave in the mines. That's exactly how D16 was feeling. He felt like a dickhead. Him and thousands of other people are getting taken advantage of by this prick. And it was there and then that D16 found out his whole life was practically a lie. It could have been completely different. I was just ruined by one guy. Are you gonna be messed up, man? Don't have me pressed. So throughout the rest of the movie, D16 was on timing. The man started acting completely different, like he already adopted his villain persona. And he went on to aggressively take the map from Orion, beat the shit out of Starscream and mess up his voice, and then stand in front of Sentinel like he ain't shit, which got Sentinel so pressed he burned a Megatronus symbol right into his chest. It was mad. Then Orion and the rest of the man then pull up to save B and D16. They reveal the truth to the rest of Icon, and then D16 gets to throwing down with Sentinel. He's almost about to kill him. Then Orion jumps in tweaking, saying, "What the hell are you doing, bro? This was not the plan." And they go on arguing with one another since D16 wants to kill Sentinel. And the next scene here broke my heart. D16 shoots at Sentinel for Orion to jump in front of it, getting half his body dismantled. And now D16 is holding him off the side of a building. And he's upset. He's pressed at himself for shooting his best friend, his Nakama, his guy, his rider. And then he lets go of him, dropping him into the abyss. And this is where we get the divide between two friends. D16 annihilates Sentinel and rips him in half, stealing his core. While Orion Pax falls further into Cybertron and is pulled by the life force of the planet itself. And in the life force, all the past Primes are speaking to him, saying that Primus has deemed him worthy of the matrix of leadership. While on the surface, D16 puts Megatronus' core in his chest and becomes an infamous villain we all know, Megatron. And Orion Pax takes the matrix of leadership and becomes one of the greatest, coldest people of the decade, Optimus Prime. So now Optimus Prime flies straight to the surface and he has a final battle against Megatron. And this fight was one of the sickest fights you could ever see. They would transform in mid-fight, being the brace of each other, and wait a minute. Is that a flipping axe? And yo, that's sick! And Optimus was straight up working this man. He was soloing the entire High Guard and gave everybody this whooping. So now Megatron has been defeated and Optimus Prime decided to banish him and the rest of the High Guard from Icon by acting out and murdering Sentinel. So with that being said, Megatron and the High Guard leave and they finally establish the group we're all familiar with today, the Decepticons. And this movie was peak! I loved it when it first dropped. It was a chef's kiss, man. And now, on to speaking about D16 more in depth. Megatron had it rough. Finding out one of your heroes, one of the people you looked up to and had complete and utter faith in, put you in a position where you had to be somewhere where you didn't have to be, had you ridiculed and made fun of when you didn't need to be, had you thinking you were less where you weren't even less, is a messed up feeling. And made fun of when you didn't need to be, had you thinking
those tears are oddly
you were less.
Those tears are oddly white. Oddly white. Like, every time I ever seen this scene, bro, I always thought, bro, why are those tears so white, bro?
Where you weren't even less is a messed up feeling. Throughout the entire movie, D16 loved the Primes, and still does. He messed with Megatronus the most, that's why he stained the cog from Sentinel. But it's the fact that Sentinel lied and deceived him that got to him. Now, I'm not saying D16 was a good guy. He was definitely always somewhat bad. As soon as he got a transformation cog, he went from being an ally and a friend to an absolute asshole. And said, "Bunny, I'ma just do my own thing." I went about everything in a careless way, just wanted to
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash. Vanilla and shea. 24/7 moisture.
chew up everybody.
YouTube. This is actually like a message straight for you, bro. Yo, moderation. Like, I don't want YouTube to be deleted like Roblox. Roblox pre-delete. You can already say pre-deleted. YouTube, like, I'm trying to learn, like, yo, I'm trying to give CPR to somebody, bro. I don't want this app to get deleted and use TikTok. I don't want to, like, please, bro, like, yo, moderate your thing, bro. I think I can literally go out of this, I can literally go out of there, and if I scroll enough, like, the P word is gonna pop out anywhere, or like some like, you know, like, I don't want to be like that, but
and be on some timing. Orion tried to stop him from going down the same path as Sentinel, not make him go about murdering, and just wanted him to reveal the truth about Sentinel alongside him. But Megatron wanted more. He wanted to be a judge, jury, and executioner, and wanted to take his life from him, when not even 5 seconds ago, he was glazing him. But that also don't mean Megatron was wrong for how he acted. All he knew from when he came online was to be a minor.
I think this is literally the worst era of ever, bro. Like, this is literally 2025 is the worst era ever, bro. Like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. Why did this
executioner and wanted to take his life from him, when not even 5 seconds ago, he was glazing.
Like, what the freak is happening here, bro? Like, yo, nigga. Yo, I think literally 2025 is gonna be the worst, like, year in like history of the world, bro. History of my life is 2025, the worst year of my life, bro.
But that also don't mean Megatron was wrong for how he acted. All he knew from when he came online was to be a minor. They thought that was their purpose and who they were meant to be. But Sentinel set that shit up against them by taking their codes, and then society did the rest of the work for him there by putting them down to becoming minors. Imagine your whole life was set up by a man who took something you were meant to have since the day you were born, made you work your ass off day by day in a place where you could die, and then all the things you worked for, he would just give it away to a bunch of random squid people. Of course you would crash out about this. You would not be peaceful about this at all. It's borderline slavery. I sympathize with D16 and I get it. He found out in a short time his whole life was a lie and his hero sold him out. I understand, and him bugging on Sentinel wasn't even the worst thing. It's the fact that Sentinel was murdering the Primes and ruining the whole of Cybertron. I mean, he's indirectly caused the deaths of so many miners across Icon, just wasting them like they were disposable. And that's crazy. But then D16 is still a bad guy regardless. Nothing changed. It's how he switched up as soon as he got that transformation cog that makes you realize to an extent he was always a bad person. He must have been playing a persona or something, because as soon as he got powers, he was a completely changed guy. But all in all, I'm with you, D16, man. I'm crashing out too. Bun this guy, man. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final person I'll be talking about in this video. And this person...
I'm joining D16, yo. Oh my goodness, Citra's gonna kill us.
is a legend. They're one of the greatest, most notorious criminals of this generation, maybe even in this universe. This person is...
Let me try to get... Maybe Madara? Maybe Madara... I don't know. I feel like it's
such a madman. They put the likes of Thanos, Lex Luthor, flipping Vector to shame. They are so evil. They will probably actually do things like turning in their homework on time, and you have to be a criminal to be doing that shit. So without taking too much time to keep giving this guy an introduction, I want to show you guys the one, the only, Mojo Jojo. And look, I'm gonna cut this shit. This is less about Mojo Jojo than it is about the evil that is the Powerpuff Girls. Because these children are the sources of pure menace behavior. They're diabolical. These triplets have no mercy, no remorse in their bodies. They're crooks in disguise. And the things they've done to us have no mercy, no remorse in their bodies. They're crooks.
Real heroes right here. These are heroes? These are your heroes, guys?
In disguise, and the things they've done to Mojo Jojo, regardless of him being a villain, is petrifying, man. One time Mojo Jojo and a bunch of other villains grouped up together to try and take out the Powerpuff Girls, and they were successful, so they went about their business, robbing banks, terrorizing civilians, the usual. Then Professor Plutonium gives the Powerpuff Girls an idea so evil, so heinous, they might as well be criminals. They set up Mojo Jojo with a female monkey, and the guy...
Oh, no, 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 no!
Has fallen in love. Then he goes into town committing crimes that don't even make no sense. But hey, that's what you do when you lie to someone, man. Or with Mojo obsessing over his girlfriend.
Nee, that's evil, bro. That's unethical, bro. That's literally like evil plus 10, bro.
And some of the villains quit the group, and the Powerpuff Girls eventually put 3 out of 5 villains in jail, and now they're about to go take care of Mojo Jojo. So while Mojo thinks his girlfriend is a real evil person just like him, the Powerpuff Girls interrupt him, bring a zookeeper, and then she starts pressing some button. And this had Mojo confused, like he doesn't understand what's going on, until he looks to his right to see his monkey girlfriend is hideous. She's ugly. Then the Powerpuff Girls...
What? Okay, nah, Mojo Jojo, that's on you, bro. That's on you.
Start talking, saying they set him up from the start to get him into jail. They manipulated the guy into going on to dates with some random monkey just to get him in jail. You couldn't just be his ass instead like you do all the time to all villains. That would have been way better, you flipping criminals. And Mojo was broken from this. Even saying that they took his love away, like that's mad. And the Powerpuff Girls didn't care, man. They're sick. In another episode, the girls get addicted to sweets they would get from the mayor every time they would save Townsville. And because there was no crime going on, they decided to go hire Mojo to mess up the town so they would get some more candy and break him out to repeat this shit daily. So the Powerpuff Girls, the heroes of the show, were hiring the main bad guy to mash up the city. Probably
real heroes right here. Real heroes. Holy moly, is that like a whole...
killing people in the process because they wanted to eat sweets. What? They're crazy. So one day the girls saved the city and now they're in their maid's office wanting some candy until Mojo stole their candy. So they flew at max speed and crashed into the prison, and as soon as they saw Mojo with a giant jar of sweets, these guys let out some Super Saiyan War and start beating the life out of Mojo.
Oh, like what the fuck? Yo, LPR, bro. LPR. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Nigga, what? What did those candies have in there, bro? Yo, there's no reason to beat a man for freaking stealing your candy, bro.
They were punching him so bad the screen was going white. And look how they left him. Look at him, bro. He looks dead. And this was over sweets. They hired the guy to go terrorize the city, destroy buildings, make people cower in fear because they wanted to eat sweets. And then look what they did to Mojo. This man is packed. It's crazy. And you know, as much as Mojo may be going around doing some villain business and probably doing a lot of heinous shit throughout the entire show, it's not Mojo's fault why he's like this. It's Professor Utonium's fault. The guy created him. Before Mojo was a villain, he was just a monkey. He didn't know any better. He was probably running around doing some stupid shit. Then Mojo, before he had any conscience, pushes the Professor into Chemical X whilst he was making the perfect girl formula, which in turn created the Powerpuff Girls. And as soon as these men were born, he completely neglected and forgot about Mojo. He didn't care about him anymore. He tossed him aside for the girls and didn't even remember he existed. Professor Utonium put a flipping monkey in a lab surrounded by chemicals. They was probably too stupid to tell the difference between two colors, and then just forgot about Mojo, which in turn turned him into the supervillain that we all know today. No wonder he bugged out, he was forgotten. Mojo is a villain because of another man's mistake. Even though he's way smart now and chooses to be a villain and terrorizes Townsville, it still doesn't change the fact that Professor Utonium left him in a lab full of chemicals. So either way here, it ain't Mojo's fault, man. He's valid for it. And if it were me, I'm crashing out on the Powerpuff Girls, man. They're twisted, they're evil. But hey, these were some more crash outs I had to add to the roster. If you guys disagree with any of the explanations I gave or got any more crash outs I haven't mentioned in this video, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate all you, man. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
That'd be vid, bro.